då blir varje dokument precis bara det du har gjort och inget mer. Du kan till och med ta bort allt under, men det spelar ingen roll heller. Ovanför, ta bort ovanför. Ja, vi kör igång. Jag har börjat spela in nu. Okej. Ja, men fan vad trevligt. Just det, me too. Okej, vi kör på engelska. Okay. So, welcome back to this wonderful session of me and Tim looking at each other. Okay, so a few things that I want to. No, we can finish up with that. I just need to remember. I have an idea that I came up with last night, and I wanted to discuss it with you. We'll do it after the session. I just need to remind myself to do it. Ask Tim about your brilliant idea. Okay. Now, today, apart from just going through the course book, I want to also just work with tones a little bit. We could have done it in the previous session, but I didn't want it to be too long and boring, because these are boring things. And then I want to also, when we do exercises, I want us to, because now it's time to start practicing, even in the review session, so I want us to start reading what you've written and so on and so on. We could have done that in the last session as well. Probably should. Okay. So, before we get started, do you have any questions that maybe, because I forgot to ask you that as well. I think that's a good way to start. Do you have any questions really before we get started? Anything you reacted to?
Not really. There's some parts, I think, from the course book that there was some signs I didn't recognize, and I couldn't really find them in the vocabulary list that lesson either.
Good point.
That's just something I thought about. I looked it up in some other way, but...
So, I actually wrote somewhere here that I realized that I don't want it to be too long, and instead, like here, for instance, this character here, we haven't taught you the left part, and this is my assistant who did the whole course book with my guidelines. So clearly, I didn't get, so some of them are like she just put them down because it's a part of the vocab, but I didn't actually go through this character in my session or like to break it down. So what I want to rephrase it to is write down the parts you recognize in the characters. So with emphasis on like the part that you recognize, and then you just have to write this part, and then you can skip it. What do you think that's better then? Because it saves some time. I don't want you to think about this too long.
Yeah, because I experienced that at a few of these characters that like, what the hell is this one? So I think that's better. Yeah.
Good. So
the parts you recognize from the lesson, even or.
Oh yeah, that's good. Parts you recognize from the lesson in the characters. Very, very good. Yeah, so the idea again is not to spend too much time on this. Just look at it and be like, oh yeah, I know this and this and this. Yeah, I appreciate the effort of, there are a few characters that, like this one, you need to know how to write this one to know it. You could just write sunset if you want to, but you wrote this instead. It's really good. But okay, going all the way up, and what we have now is, actually, no, let's do that later. Okay, so it starts from here. There's no problem here. Everything looks good. Then we've gone through the door and the doll. Actually, now that I think about it, we made, based on what we talked about in the previous session, we made some exercises for you. And the question at the end of this session is how we're going to present them to you. But I want to just show you this quickly. We can just go through it. Do you remember door and doll?
Yeah, I do.
Do you feel like it's a bit clearer? It sounds very clear to you now.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it really helped to go through them.
Good. Because my other suggestion was, if we notice that...
I hear myself sometimes from your...
Aha, okay. Sorry, I don't have any headphones.
Do you think that... Yeah. Me neither. It's not too bad, but at times I myself.
So yeah, I had a surgery on. I had åderbråck, like an old man would have, and so I had surgery.
Yeah, that's what I was supposed to.
So I had surgery yesterday. So I'm at my mom's place now. Okay.
Okay.
I'll see.
Well.
Yeah, no, we're all good. We're all good.
It's a tiny bit annoying, but it's okay.
Okay, tell me if it's too annoying. I can tell my mom to help me out. Okay. Okay. So the document looks like this. I just want to go through it quickly with you, and then I'll send it to you, and then you can have a look as well. Because this is only based on the things that you struggled with. You can ignore everything else because you know it already. Okay, so based on the tones of the second word, recognize the tones of bu. So can you explain to me bu? Like what happens with the tone for bu? Oh, sorry.
It changes depending on the second character. Not quite sure.
Yeah, the rule is up here.
It's like the one we talked about that like the boo by itself, it's second. Where's the third?
It's the fourth tone, like bu, going down.
Okay, boo. And then if it's another fourth tone after boo, it changes to second tone, right?
Yeah. Can you tell me why?
It's more convenient.
Yeah, it sounds better.
It sounds better, I think.
Yeah. So these words are all the first ones. Yao, shi, xie, the first four ones are all fourth tone. So how would you pronounce them? You can start with the first one.
Yao. Sorry, the fourth tone is going up to down, right?
Up to down. Yeah, that's what we'll be working on in a second. But yes. So you're going down.
I think, yeah. Yao. What was the last one?
And that's it. The four ones here. The first four ones. But now I didn't. Did you add bu? No, you didn't say bu.
Bu. No. Oh, okay. Bu yao. Bu shi. Bu and I can't really see the fourth character.
Oh, I think you're saying this. You're skipping the third one. Yeah, it's this one. I can zoom in maybe. Like that. So yeah, you can. I think you said it very well. You can say after me, and we can yeah, and I'll go up with the mouse also, and then down. 不要. 不要. Yeah, 不要. And once you have that, then you just have the same rhythm to everything else. 不是. 不是. Good. 不屑. 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 Third one.
不屑. 不屑.
Very good. And so that's how you can say no need to thank me. Like you're welcome. The simplest way.
Is that like another form of bukashi?
Yeah.
Bukashi?
Yeah, but it's a simpler one. 不客气. Yeah.
Bukashi.
We'll work with 不客气 later, but now it's more than enough to say 不屑. 不屑, it's also more casual. And then we have 不饿. 不饿. Yeah, good. Okay. 不饿. Yeah, that sounds very good. I think we can... and then just to remind you, now it's these guys, they're just random, they're just other tones, not the fourth tone. So now this is like a third tone. I can actually show you the answer here, sorry. Here, this is probably better. So here, if we look here, it's... now it's just May, so you can see it's a fourth tone now again. For all the last ones, it's fourth tone. So just to remind you, it should sound like 不. So it'd be 不美, May, 不美. 不美. Very good. I like your third tone. 不美. It sounds like you're pausing. Well, it sounds like now we're practicing the tones also. It sounds like you're pausing almost, which you're supposed to pause a little bit almost. Mei. You go down, and then you go up with a little pause. Mei. Mei. Yeah. Very good. And then you say it faster. 不美. Yeah, very good. And then just do the Mei for once. Mei, Mei, Mei. That's very good, actually. Very good. I'll send you sound files as well, so you can listen to me and you can listen to yourself. Or you always have to listen to yourself. This one, first tone, 不多,不多. Now in the beginning, you will always exaggerate the first tone, but you don't have to later on. Like, it will just be a quite weak. 不多,不多. That sounds very good. I would stop you if it doesn't sound good. You know what all these words mean, no?
Yeah.
Good. Excellent.
Not beautiful. Or actually, Buddha, what's that? Not all. Not.
不多,多. Not many. Not much.
Not many. Push out. Not a lot.
No, not few.
Not few.
So like, yeah, there's a lot of people, so it means a lot.
Yeah.
So both 多 means many, 少 means few, but if you reverse them, you just put 不 and then they become its own opposite. 不少. Now we can practice the sh. 不少.
不少.
Yeah, very good. 不少.
不少.
Good. Good.
不少.
I'm moving on. Or, by the way, do you have any questions? I feel like that was very good, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. No, not really.
Very good. Translate. This is quite easy. Just the difference between war and woman. But you already understand. She made an extra exercise for this. Like just adding war. And then also, if you look at the answers here, we can just go through it together. Jenna made an exercise here with like, war can mean me, but it can also mean I, or I plus we. It can mean both.
Yeah.
And the woman similarly can mean we and us. That's a common mistake, but not for my students apparently. And it wasn't for you either. We can skip this one. We have a lot to practice anyways. Okay, now we don't need to work more with g. Here, quickly here with the what does do mean, by the way? Do.
It means it's like many.
Yeah.
Or how much?
Good. Or like how, not like the how from how much. It could mean how many, how few, how good, how bad. Depending on the adjective. Good. And do, what does that mean? Do.
That's all.
Good. And where do you put do?
At the end.
Very, very good. Okay. So if we say how much?
多少?
Very good. 多少?
多少?
Yeah, sounds very good. And how big?
多少? 多大?
多大? Yeah. And you said the do you said perfectly, but it's
多大?
yeah, good. It's very easy when you like, you don't have to remember the tones, don't worry, but remember that a common thing to do is that if you like pronounce the first tone as the first tone, then the second one will usually, if you're unsure and you're a beginner, it will also just softly, it will also fade into a first tone. So like instead of 多大, it's 多大 because you don't know. Good. Well, I think. Oh, sorry. You probably know.
What tone is? What
This
tone
is
is that?
fourth tone. Da.
Da.
Yeah. When we're done with this document, we'll go through the tones. 多大 it should be 多大 Okay, and now we have machete, which is what? 大道 very good. So now we say we. I say the word in English, you say it in Chinese. We.
我们
All.
多
The thing is, she wrote have, but we don't know the word have yet. We all. You probably know it, yeah?
have I don't think I know if have. What's that?
Can you give me another verb? We'll skip it for now.
We all gay. I think I know. Give.
Oh, good. We all give. We all give machete. So, 我们, and then what?
我们都给 大大
大道. Very good.
大大
Good.
我们都给大大
Very good. Very
都
good.
给大大
我们都给大道. 我们都给大道.
我们都给大大
Yeah.
都给大大
It sounds very good. Sounds very good. It sounds, also, these sentences are a bit weird. So they're not natural sounding because they're just weird sentences. So don't worry about that. I know it sounds a bit robotic, but that's the point. Okay, so what about we all have a lot of machetes?
Would it be then I'd say give a lot of machetes instead.
Oh, sorry, give. Yeah, sorry.
我们 yeah 我们都给很大刀
Yeah, what does 很 mean?
very
Yeah, so we give very machetes. You want to say very many?
很多 maybe
Yes. So the word for a lot is just 很多,很多.
很多 but do you say it then as you say 我们都给刀 or do you put the 我们都给 and okay you say it again
No, we don't say anything again.
so you say 我们都给很多大刀
Perfect. What about next time you're at the office, and you know coffee is cafe. Cafe, yeah. So you say give me coffee. How would you say that?
给我咖啡
给我咖啡. Give me a lot of coffee.
给我很多咖啡
Yes, very good. 给我很多咖啡. Very good. That was perfect.
很多咖啡
And just
very useful
yeah, it is. I think it is. And what about just to practice 都? Or like, let me write this down as a sentence. 给我很多咖啡. Very good. Now, just to practice, what about you all? You all give me a lot of coffee. So maybe there's more people giving you coffee. Give a lot of coffee.
okay yeah please 他们都给我很多咖啡
Perfect. 他们都. Oh, no, sorry. Actually, no, it wasn't perfect. You said 他们, but it's you. You guys.
你们
Yes.
给我很多咖啡
Perfect. 你们都给我很多咖啡. Look at you making sentences already. Now, if we'll talk about this in level 2. But if you add le, then it means you did it. Okay? So I'll just change this to an even more useful sentence, which would be like, they. All of them gave me a lot of coffee. So then you just say this, but they, and then le at the end. Could you do that, please?
他们都给我很多咖啡了。
Yes， 他们都给我很多咖啡了。This sounds very good. I like yeah, you're making sentences now. This is very impressive. And also, can you see how like we build up? We take a simple sentence, we add one more component, and then all of a sudden you're saying they all gave me a lot of coffee. Maybe because at where you're working in the office, they take care of you a lot. So like, oh, did someone give you coffee? You're like, yeah, they all gave me a little coffee. Very good, very good. Okay. What about they both? How would you say that?
According to love.
Yeah, sorry.
So love is used to change kind of the time frame. Instead of something being at the moment, it's something that's been in the past.
Yes, it's not that simple, but yes, it most like 90% of the time that's how you can explain love. But again, we'll talk about it next week. But it's maybe I know it's I wanted to give it to you now, and this it's a hint, and then we'll talk more about it next week. But for now, you can just say "le" at the end, and then it's happened. Basically, you can think. Okay. Now, if you say they, but both, and first, they. How do you say they?
他们
Good. And both.
It's a 两都, right?
Yeah, but remember, you always need when it's numbers. You always need what?
A measure word.
两个. It's always 两个. Yeah. 两个 is like a word almost.
他们两个
都
Okay. 他们两个都给我很多咖啡.
Yeah. What about coffee?
Chocolate.
巧克力. Good. 巧克力. Very good.
Chocolate.
他们两个都给我. It's very fun. Yeah. 他们两个都给我巧克力.
他们两个都给我巧克力.
Very good. You're saying this perfectly. And then le at the end if you want to. They've already given it to me.
他们两个都给我巧克力.
Very good. I like your tones as well.
巧克力.
巧克力. Very good. Good, Tim. 很好,很好. 他们两个都给我巧克力. How would you say they now I'm just doing the same thing again because it's good practice. How would you say they all gave me Oh yeah, a lot of. I actually wrote it but I forgot to tell you. I think we both forgot to say it. They both gave me a lot of chocolate.
It's 他们两个都给我很多巧克力.
Yes. 他们两个都给我很多巧克力了. Very nice. Yeah. So now, like, you should stop now and pat yourself on the shoulder because this is a long sentence but you maybe think it's quite worthless, but it has so many components that are so important. You have 他们, you have how to say like all of something to emphasize that. You can say both even. You can put a verb there. You can put an object like me, and then you can put a verb. Also like a thing, like a noun at the end. You can also make it past tense. You can also make like how much of this verb, how much of this noun. There's so much you've already been able to do. Now, at this point, you just have to take all these components and like switch in and out different things. So you have a lot of good tools now.
Yeah, I think the hardest part is to just remember them when now I have them in front of me. But
don't worry.
Remember them later as well.
That's what we're doing this in the sessions. You don't have to come to the coffee meeting next time to the office and be perfect. Like, do it. Slow down and do it one word at a time. Take 30 seconds to do it the first time. Next time, 28 seconds. That's improvement.
Yeah, I try to practice every morning with our gardener when I meet him on the.
What do you say then?
So
What do you say then?
It depends on what I learned that day. Today I asked him about what time it was.
Oh, nice. Oh, you're already that far ahead.
Yeah. But just some random things. I have some friends helping me.
Oh, nice. Okay. We'll skip the sh and the zh. Well, actually, here. So we'll go S. Ah, fuck. This is the wrong way. No, we'll skip this one. Okay. Now, before we start going through the session, I want to just write down. Why should I do that? Well, let me just do it here. Actually, I'll have better tools later on, but this is. Sorry. This should be enough. Okay, so we're talking about the tones now. Do you know? You know, which one is the first one?
It's the high pitch one, right?
Yeah. Can you give me a word with it?
Like in do.
Do, or did you say do or do?
Do.
Do, good. So all.
Do.
And then note that when we're lazy, well, it's also do. And it's zhong from China. And note that when we're lazy, so it's do, do, zhong. Perfect. Note that when we're lazy, we just write a number after it. So that's what I will keep doing now. So you need to pay attention to that. Second one.
Yeah. It's down going up.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Not sure. Maybe.
You're talking about r.
Like a day.
R is actually fourth tone, but ren is good.
Okay.
Ren. Ren. You can also say.
So no, I've been struggling with the tones a bit, actually.
Don't worry. You're not supposed to be perfect. Don't worry. You're supposed to struggle. Otherwise, there's no job for me. And you have go, country. Go. Gå, ren. Maybe when you say them, move your finger gå, ren. It's easy when you see something that you're supposed to move along with.
Ren.
Gå, ren. Good. And then we can mix these up.
I tried to with my head.
Wait, I can't see you. Gå. Oh, that's good, yeah. Gå, gå, gå. Yeah, and now we can put them together. So China would be what? Zhongguo. Zhongguo. Perfect. So Zhongguo. Zhongguo. No, zhong is zhong supposed to be flathead, no? Zhongguo. Zhongguo. You're saying it well. I'm just looking at your head. Good. And then now it's Chinese person. 中国人. Yeah. 中国人. You're saying it perfectly. Good. I think we can move on. This one, can you think of a word with third tone? How. Very good. Okay. So third tone we write then. So can you think of another word maybe? How. Dien. Yeah, Dien. We can also go Mei, like beautiful. Yeah. Okay. So let's say these ones. How. How. Dien. Yeah, Dien. Mei. Perfect. Yeah, no issues here. Now we can say 一点. Now remember, this then becomes a fourth tone with a third tone. This helps you emphasize the 点. 一点. 一点. Perfect. 一点. Yeah. Say this word then. 一点. You're saying it well. 一点. 一点. What about this word? 很好. 很好. Yeah. What about 很好? We can.
The hun changes there.
Good. Do you know what it changes to?
I'm not quite sure. Maybe.
What do you think?
Fourth tone, I think.
很. No, I don't think so. It doesn't sound very good. 很好. 很好. No. It's a second tone.
Second.
Yeah, good. 很好. Just softer. Because it's so difficult to like 很好. So it just, for some reason, it's, naturally become a second tone. But you don't have to think of it like that. I didn't actually know about this rule until like second year in China. No one taught me Chinese, so I didn't know this. And I didn't notice either, because you're supposed to try to pronounce it like a third tone. So, 很好.
Okay.
And, yeah?
很好.
Good. And then 很美.
很美.
Very good. Now, this is a difficult word that I want us to practice. So we did 中国 just now. 中国. And now I want us to do 美国.
美国.
That's very good. 美国人. 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 That sounds very good. Very good. Yeah. No issues here at all. Last one. 我是美国人. Okay, let's take that sentence and work a little bit with it. What's the first one? Tone?
It's third tone.
我. And this one? And the 是? The 是, sorry. 是. 我是.
The 是. Isn't it fourth tone?
Yes, it is.
是.
So now we have a fourth tone.
是. Second tone.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, no, fourth tone. Good. So I think 是. Can you think of another word which is fourth tone? Yeah, that's good. It's not super common though, but so we will instead go with and I like it a lot more. But yes, we can write as well. Yeah, yao actually. Yeah, very good. Yao. We can say I like that. Yao and
That's a good word.
Yeah. Okay. I'll try and make up a sentence with the four ones here. What I'll do now is we'll leave this because I'm not noticing any. I'm not sensing any struggles here. So I'll note down a few sentences that we should practice, and I'll record them for you. Then you can listen and say after. Okay. Let me put this inside of the notes of this session. Okay. One second. Okay. And we're good. Can ignore this one for now. Oh no, actually, let's just do this. I need to charge my computer. Okay. Any questions about this, by the way?
Yeah.
No, it's right here.
No, not really. It's very useful to go through it and talk.
Nice. I hope so. I sure hope so. yeah, I don't think I have to tell you that. It is boring with tones, and I'm not the biggest believer in that you should learn all the tones at once. But I'm like, we'll go through as much as is necessary, and we'll practice throughout. But I think you're already way above the level you need to be at. Okay, so then yeah, these are, some of them are just markings for me, so that because I need to fix them later on. So unless I have something, the idea here as well is that we could actually do that now. Instead of just me scrolling through this, we could try and read these sentences.
I'm gonna turn my camera on because I think it's lagging a bit.
Oh, okay, I'll turn mine off as well. Okay, so we'll just practice these sentences. We'll just say them. There's nothing here for me to say really, but I just want to hear you speak. So start with this one.
Okay. This one. Okay. 你们是不是中国人
Yes. 你们是不是中国人 Yes.
你们是不是中国人
Yes. And what about this one?
中国人都要我
Yes.
中国人都要我
This is actually quite interesting. 人 fourth second tone. Oh, sorry. Second tone. This is do, and this is yao, and this is third tone. So here we have 4 tones in 4 characters. 中国人都要我. So that's the most difficult one you can imagine, probably.
中国人都要我
Yes. Sounds very good. And this one?
我们都不要巧克力
No, it's coffee.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, let's do it again. 我们都不要咖啡
Yes. And I'll read it so you can say after me. 我们都不要咖啡.
我们都不要咖啡
Very good. You can like hinge on to the do, make the do a middle part of the sentence where your goal is to reach the do, and then it's downhill from there. 我们都不要咖啡.
我们都不要咖啡
Good. Now 10 people. Actually, you missed something here.
Maybe sugar
Always the ge. 10个人.
Where's the go?
Well, we're working with numbers here. So it's 10个人, yeah. What about this one?
Sorry, what's that?
Next one.
你是王子
字
你是王子
Yeah, let me show you my tongue.
你是
字王子
你是王子
字 Yeah,
你是王子
字 not 字 Yeah,
你是王子
yeah. Work a bit more with the 字, but again, you don't need to be perfect. 王子
Yeah, the sad I'm struggling with.
That's fine. That's completely fine. I'm happy you're just struggling with one thing. Okay. 我恨女王 Yeah, don't worry. 我恨女王
我恨女王
Very good.
我恨
But you forgot to say that.
我恨这个我恨那个
Yeah, 那个
那个女王
Yes. 我恨那个女王
我恨那个女王
Yes.
我恨那个女王
Sounds very good. Now you have a le, by the way, here. Accidentally. 那个人 I'll just read it. 那个人死了.
Can you say that again?
那个人 we can start with 那个人死了. 死了. Yeah, le is not a tone. It's just a neutral tone, so it's le. It's not le, it's le. 死了. 死了. Yeah. So that means, so 死 means dead, and le means what?
That it happened.
Yes, exactly.
That person dies.
Yeah, it doesn't mean will, it means that person is dead or died. Okay. Now Chinese people don't... 那个人死了. Chinese people don't really say is dead. They just said because he is dead, then he has to have died sometime. So they just say what happened instead of what is happened, what the current state is.
Okay. So that person dead.
That person died. Yeah.
That person died.
Died, I guess. No, that person. Yeah, that person is dead. You can say yes. Okay. 很多小孩子。
很多小孩子。
小孩子。
很多小孩子。
You're saying le instead of h. It's h. 孩子. It's not 来子, it's 孩子.
很多小孩子。
Yes. 很饿。很多小孩子很饿。
很多小孩子很饿。
Good. Can you translate?
A lot of kids are hungry.
Yeah. Are very hungry as well. But note that you said you wrote all here.
Yeah.
Same thing here.
I think this was at the time I was struggling with do and do. The meaning of them.
But good that you can look at yourself and be a better person now.
I've grown.
Sorry?
I've grown since then.
You've grown since then, yes. You're very strong now. 很多人 we can skip the 人. Yeah, or just for fun. 人很多人
Say that again.
很多人 we can say 很多人 we will never say this 人 again. We'll always say 人
Yeah.
But just for now 很多人恨女王 Okay, perfect 恨女王 Yeah.
What tone is that on?
Fourth tone. It's a very, because he hates it, so it's aggressive. It's like the easiest one to remember.
Yeah.
That and hungry. Hun.
Okay.
Sorry?
Yeah. No, I like those little memory things. You're good at them.
Thank you very much. 谢谢. Stop me if you have any questions. Now I want you to just count from 1 to 10.
1, 2, 3.
Yes, very good. Haha. 你很好.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, maybe you want to make the 10, number 10. That's a very common thing. You want to make number 10, 10, a fourth tone, but it's a second tone. It's like the last word of so you always want to go down and finish it, but it's the last one. It's counterintuitive, but it's 10. Yeah. But the rest was perfect, and it's a perfect way to practice your tones as well, because numbers 1 to 10, they all have the 4 different tones.
Okay.
So practice the tones. What I'll do there is I'll make an exercise for you with the numbers, yeah. But it sounds good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the only thing I remember is, oh, by the way, there's a dog here now. Go. By the way, that's just like, you remember, like, it could do, which one is dog from these ones? First or second?
The first one.
No. But how do you pronounce this one?
The second one?
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah, good. Go. But it's actually third tone, so it's go.
Go.
Literally just like go. Go, go, go in English.
Go, go, go.
Yeah, go dog. That's how I remember it. Go, go dog, yeah. Okay, so I remember this one. I never understood why, but no one ever understood why I was doing this wrong. And then I realized, oh, it's because I'm saying 1, 2, 3, 4, I. 1, 2, 3, 4, I. 1, 2, 3, 4, me. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it's 5. It's not, this is 我. This is 5. So say number 1. Number 1 first. 我, almost like an å in Swedish. Well, it's just like an å. 我. Yeah, and then this. 5. Wait, let's do it together. 我. 我. 5. Perfect.
It's like, how do you... It's like 3 O's in Swedish.
Which one? This one? 5. Yeah, 5. I would like Wu-Tang. I would say Wu-Tang Clan, maybe. Wu-Tang. What do you think?
Wu-Tang. Okay, that's it.
A good one. Do you approve?
Oh, I highly approve.
So it's 我 and Wu-Tang. Wu. Perfect. Okay. Now moving on. Stop me if you have anything. Break down the characters. Yeah, so how to use 很 with verbs. I feel like you might have missed my question. I just want to make sure you understand this. It's to enhance the verb. Use the 很 to enhance the verb. For example, 我恨你, 我很恨你. I hate you and I hate you a lot. But I also want to know where you use the 很. So can you tell me like where to put it?
Well, before the verb.
Before the verb. But if there is no verb, if you're just hungry, for instance.
Well, before the whatever, or after the you, maybe. After the subject.
After the subject. Yeah. After the subject. Yeah, we can say that. So think of it like, yeah, 我恨你. Okay. So this is with a verb. But then we also want. Hold on. We also want 我很饿. So the easiest way to think about this, instead of like talking about subject, the easiest way to think about it is this as if it's an adjective. Think of in Chinese, think of adjectives and verbs as the same thing. Okay? So adjectives are verbs in Chinese. Okay. Very good, very good, very good. Okay. So that means this 很 could just be yeah, it could be 我很恨你 or 我很好. Like I'm very good, thank you. The 很 always comes before. But you knew that rule already. Nice here, by the way. You don't have to think about it too much. You've evened out the tone. I feel worried here that it will take you too long. Just skip this one if not. You can. Thank you though. Okay, here we have a problem. You are fat.
You are fat. That's a problem, yeah.
Again, adjectives are verbs. They're the same thing. So if you think of this as a verb,
okay.
And then you just say you.
It's like ni pang.
Yes, you ni pang is perfect, but you can also just say hen, but you can't say shi. Okay. So, but if we like never use. Wait, sorry. Say again.
For verbs and adjectives, which are the same, then you don't never use should.
Yes, correct. Never use sh with adjectives. That's just a very simple rule. Just ignore it. Just don't. Okay. No question. However, you will question me later on here because there are exceptions. When you want to put emphasis on something, you are indeed very fat, then you can do it. But that's above our level here. Oh, by the way, so yeah, so instead, what you should you say instead?
Ni hen pang.
Yes. So you can say ni pang, but it's better to say ni hen pang. Yes. Ni hen pang. Just like I'm very good. 我很好. Instead of, yeah, let me write that down. Instead of like, now it's gone from 我很好 to 我很胖 to 你很胖. Do you see the acceleration or the transition here?
Yeah.
Good. Just as long as you know 我很好, then you can always remember this. But again, it's a common mistake. Okay. I'm a child. 我是个孩子. Perfect. 孩子. Oh, that sounded very good. You got it. Never say this again. Never repeat that again, because you did it now.
Yeah, I'm finished.
好不好？
好不好？
我恨你。
我恨你。
Yeah. I hate you very much. 我很恨你。我很恨你。I'm a kid. Yeah, it is. Yeah, and fortunately, I don't think it's coincidental. But many words with four tones in Chinese are aggressive, like hate, hungry, surprised. Also, like to have sex with someone. The rough way to say it is with the fourth tone. And I'm actually going to tell you, because in slang,
yes,
this is like fuck. Yeah. Or le, if you want to. If you can be so kind.
What is that? I fuck you.
Yeah, past tense if you want to. It's happened. If you add the le. So again, fourth tone. We love the four tones. Okay. I am a kid. 我是个孩子. Good. Now let's start from here. Can you understand why? Because usually when we say go, it's a number, but the number is just e. Can you understand why we've decided that we can skip this one? We can use it. We can also skip it. Does that sound okay to you?
Yeah, I remember one of the videos. It's more convenient.
Yeah.
You still understand, so they just skipped it, right?
Yeah, because you can say 我是一个孩子. 我是个孩子. It sounds the same almost, yeah. And makes no difference to the sentence.
Right?
Shortcut, yeah. This is a shortcut. Okay. 他是很胖. Over here again now.
他是很胖。
No.
And 他很胖。
Yes, thank you. 王子好不好?
王子好不好?
Yes.
王子。
Yeah. I'll send you an exercise later on, don't worry.
Yeah.
It's still very good. Everyone understands what you're saying. 那个人是一个胖子.
一个人是一个胖子。
那个人啊，那个，那个人是一个胖子。Yeah, that sounded good. So you get it sometimes now. Before you never got it at all. Now you get it half of the time. It's good. 一个孩子。一个孩子。Yeah, good.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
No, it's good. You're finding it more and more often. Okay, I want us to do this then. Do you wanna go ahead?
你好。
你好吗？我很好，谢谢。你呢？
我也好，谢谢。
Bye bye. Now, very good. I'll start. 你好。
你好。
你好吗？
很好，谢谢。你呢？
我也很好，谢谢。
我也很。
Yes.
再见。
再见. Oh, very advanced.
I talk to the taxi drivers.
Oh, 再见. Wait, it's chapter 3 starting now. Fuck. It's a lot of other things, but like, I've noticed that there aren't too many. We'll just have to see how long this takes, but I don't think we have to talk about this too much. You understand the n? That's very, very good. But here, the difference. I asked you the difference between ma and what is this word?
Yeah, I actually saw that when I went through. It's ba.
Ba.
Right? Yeah, I think I actually wrote that as no, exactly, yeah. They're very similar, so I mixed them up.
But you know what ba means?
Yeah, that's like right.
Right, yes, exactly. You're Felix, right? You're Felix,
that's like
question mark.
Right.
Very good. So how about like, you want coffee, right? Yeah, and what about, you all want coffee, right?
Sorry, what was that?
You all want coffee, right? Yes. 你们都要咖啡. Right. But it's the most... Writing it in English while I say it in Chinese was very challenging for me. Thank you. Now note here that the men is... You're writing... Have you done this before? You're writing the wrong men.
Oh, okay.
Because you know it's supposed to be the one with... it's not a big deal and we can... Yeah. So if you write... But if you write together, you will never be given the wrong option.
Okay. So the one I wrote, it's the one for door.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that one is the question mark.
Question mark?
The plural.
Yeah. Yeah. This is good. This is for your practice. Again, don't spend too much time on this. Add at least one character to make a new word. Okay, let's just read these. 她是你妈妈吗?
她是你妈妈吗?
Very good. 你是 Tim 吧?
should timba.
It sounds like timber. Ah, it's very funny.
Timba. That's very stupid.
Oh wait, it's Timon and Pumbaa. There's no timber. I was thinking about, but Timberland maybe.
Timberland, yeah. Or your kid.
Timber, yeah.
Timber.
Nisha Timber. Sorry? Yeah, Timbuktu, I think.
Timbuktu.
That's probably who I was thinking about, maybe, yeah. It gave me some reactions at least. Some association. 你好吗?
你好吗?
可以吗?
可以吗?
And you understand the 可以吗? You understand the 可以?
Yeah.
Very,
can I or
yeah, very useful. How about can I give you coffee? Now you're saying can I give you coffee or can you give me coffee? You're saying can I give you coffee? Ah, ma. 我可 Yes, nice. Now, I'm trying to challenge you to make all the sentences around the coffee table, but try to make them on your own. Whenever you're there next time, try to make another way to say the same sort of sentence. So, you could also say can you give me coffee? Oh, you're very fast now. And it sounds very good. 你可以给我咖啡吗?
I'll ask that tonight.
Please do. How about a little bit of coffee?
你可以给我少咖啡吗? Or 小咖啡?
一点. Can you see here? 一点.
What does that mean?
I thought you studied 点 just.
I thought it was time.
Oh, okay. Well, don't listen to your friends. That's why you shouldn't learn things outside of my classroom. Because I want to apply them to all the concepts, and if you just teach you 点 but in one concept, it gets confusing. Okay. So you don't know what 一点 means. You just said time.
No.
Because we said 一点 before when we practiced the third tone. That means a little bit. Sorry, my bad.
Okay. No, I understand your confusion.
Okay, good. We'll skip that one for now. Okay, instead of a little bit, we'll just say a lot. So, 你可以给我很多咖啡吗? Okay.
你可以给我咖啡吗? 很多咖啡吗?
很多咖啡.
很多咖啡吗?
很好咖啡. Very good. Okay. Mama. Very annoying.
Mama.
Oh! That's 9 points. That's really good. Mama.
Mama.
Very good. Okay. 我也很好.
我也很好.
你是 Felix 吧?
你是 Felix 吧?
Nice. 你是 Felix 吗?
你是 Felix 吗?
Nice. Okay, this is interesting. Is brother scolding the kid? Now we talked about... no, we haven't talked about this, but it's very common that you think it's is something doing something, then you need to, because it's is, so you need to put a 是 here. Can you see your mistake here?
Yeah.
So I would just say, skip this one, and then you're good. Okay? Yeah. Again, you're adding the is. The is not a word in English in this case. It's just because you need to write scolding. You can't write brother scolding the kid. You have to say is brother scolding the kid. But Chinese doesn't really have ing. So in Chinese, it would just be skipping scolding and skipping the is. So it's just scold instead. Think of it like that.
Brother scold the kid.
Yeah, brother scold kid ma.
They're very I suppose.
Actually, Swedish does the same thing. We can't say something is happening. We can say like det håller på att hända. But we, like pappa slår honom. Like there's no way to say it more with ing in Swedish. So it's the same actually. It's like the only language that also has this. It's very interesting, I think.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Okay. Anne is a pretty woman will do. Good. 妹妹是美女。
妹妹是美女。
爸爸不可以骂姐姐。
爸爸可以骂
姐姐。姐姐 very good. 姐姐。Good. 姐姐 yeah. Now, by the way, the level 2 course book I think will only have like it will put together 2 lessons every time, so it'll be shorter. But I think there's a point with there's a purpose why we're going through this slowly because there's so many important things here, and we're skipping the practice sessions anyways. Okay, so 为什么？因为所以。Can you say that? 为什么？因为所以。
为什么？因为所以。
And you know what they mean, no?
I need some time with this. 为什么 is like why?
Yeah.
Why? 因为 is because. So is like so.
Yes, very good. So, it's nicer if you can think of something here to say. I ask you why something? Why do you give this to me? Because, I don't know, because I hate you, so I give you coffee, maybe. Can you say that?
Okay.
Why do you give me coffee? Why do you give me coffee? Because.
为什么给你咖啡？
Sorry, 为什么 what?
为什么你给我咖啡？
Good. And you understand that we should not put a ma there. You did it naturally.
Yeah. I try to think why. Because it's not a yes and no question, right?
Yes, thank you. So, yeah, we can think of it like if there's no other place, if there's no other question in the sentence, then we put ma at the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I guess the 为什么 is the question.
Yes.
为什么你给我咖啡？因为我恨你。我给你咖啡。
Yes. 为什么你给我咖啡？因为我恨你，所以我给你咖啡。
Can you say that again? I just want to listen and not talk.
Yeah. 为什么你oh sorry, you can say 你为什么 or 为什么你 doesn't matter. 为什么你给我咖啡？因为我恨你，所以我要给你咖啡。Or I said, yeah, fine. I'll do that again. I said 要, which is I'm going to, I want to. Actually, I can just say that, if you don't mind. So I want to give you coffee. Can we skip the hen and maybe make it love instead?
Yes.
Which is?
I.
Yeah, I. It's the weird one with the fourth tone, I think. It sounds like you're hurting. Love hurts, exactly. Bon Jovi. 为什么你给我咖啡？因为我爱你，所以我要给你咖啡。 Okay?
Yeah.
Very, very
Let
good.
me try. 为什么你给我咖啡？因为我爱你，所以我要给你咖啡。
Yes.
It's stumbling, but
No. You're not stumbling at all. I don't think you can say this any better. Soy. It's a weird word to pronounce. Soy.
yeah, just finish.
Soy. Yeah. This is so good. Now, remember the power, like, realize the power you have now at your disposal. You can say, like, why, because, and so. You can make so many different sentences now. Okay. Also, this, you know what this means? Soina. What does that mean?
Let me think. No, it's like what about maybe?
Yes.
So, no, I'm not sure. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, you're not done, I think.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It's so if I say, if Tim is standing by the coffee machine and Felix comes in and he says, "Oh, I love coffee," so I want Tim to make me coffee too. Then you're like, "Soina, so what about it?" Basically. So you can say, "So what?" Basically. So what about?
Rude way?
Yeah, but if you joke, or if you're laughing when you're doing it, it's fun. But I think it's very common. Like, yeah. Try. Yeah, think of a place where you can use soina, and that means you've both mastered the soy and the na. Soina.
Soina. But what would the exchange be? Someone walks into the coffee room and they says, "Tim, make me coffee," and I say,
Oh no, but you can't. It's like someone's implying something. Like you're eating noodles, and you're like, "Oh, you have so much noodles," like implying that they want to eat something. You have so much noodles, and you're like looking at them like, "What about it? So what?" Like they want you to give you them noodles, and they're like, and you're like, "So what? So why do you comment on the fact that I have a lot of noodles? Soina. So what?" Hello? Mamma? Internet är borta. Har det hänt något eller? Har han gjort något? Är det? Hello? Yeah, that was me. The internet dropped out.
"Okay,
Sorry.
I'm happy it wasn't me."
Yeah, but basically it's used ironically. Like if someone wants you to do something and they're like, "Oh, I don't know, you have ice cream, you have a lot of ice cream," and you say, and they say, "Oh, I really love ice cream," so they want some, and they're like, "So what? So what? You like ice cream? Soina."
Okay. I remember that was one of the videos, I think.
Yeah.
We're eating ice cream.
Yeah, literally, ants eating ice cream. Yeah. Yeah. Good thing that I can like spark your memory there. Here you miswrote the nigger. Can you see that now? No, you don't have to be sorry. Nigger. Ah, okay. Nigger shama. Okay. Yeah, I just said this nigger. It's the wrong 那个.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. I got you.
By the way, the numbers here look excellent. Some people just don't understand it, but you clearly do.
That's quite logical, I think.
I think so too. Do you know that French people... Do you know anything about French?
Not the language, no.
Well, like to say 80, you say 80, so it's 420. And then 82 is like 82, so it's like 422. So French people actually struggle a lot with maths, and like you can look at like PISA tests and stuff, and French people are terrible at maths, generally speaking, and Chinese people, because their language is built around maths, and it's so like it is math itself. Like Chinese people are much better at maths. Obviously, that has to do a lot more with the education system and how they drill them, but it definitely has something to do with how it's built up.
Okay, that's very interesting.
I think so too. Okay, these are all easy. 什么 is a good one, obviously. Okay, so we have 叫, which is good. 那个叫 phone, we can say. 那个叫 phone. 那个叫 phone, okay. And then we can say, what is that called? If you point at it and say, what is that called?
那个是叫
Again, you're doing the what is it called, and then you think you should say is in the sentence.
那个叫什么？
那个 Did you say 叫?
那个叫
Yeah. Did you say that? Yeah.
那个叫什么？
那个叫什么? So you just replace the... Yeah?
How do I say, like, how do you say this in Chinese? Like, if I want to point at something, like, how do you say this in Chinese?
But that's at the end of level 1. Did you skip it?
You know, maybe.
That's fine. You can't remember everything. But so 中文, there's a lot of new things here, but 中文 is Chinese. Okay. 中文, but it's all new words here. But let's just do this. Let's just actually do this. What is that called in Chinese? 那个中文叫什么? We can just say that for now.
那个中文叫什么？
Yeah, I think that's very good actually.
叫什么？
那个中文叫什么?
中文perfect.
So do you see why? I don't want to just give you a sentence, but do you understand why? Like that.
Yeah, it's like, what's this Chinese name? Or what's this Chinese called?
Yeah. That Chinese called what? Yeah. So you're not even saying that in Chinese. You're just saying that Chinese called what, not that in Chinese what called what. Then we have the word like. How do you say it?
I don't actually remember that one. I'm not sure if it was in the lesson or I just forgot it.
You wrote, yeah. So 喜欢. 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 Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't remember that one.
That is completely fine.
Try to practice that.
So we can compare it with I, maybe a little bit. Yeah. 喜欢. So here it would be 他喜欢打字.
他喜欢打字.
Perfect. 他喜欢打字. How about I like you? How about I like you?
我是我.
Yeah, it's not Juan, it's Juan. Like just like the word Juan, like Don Juan.
我是黄. 你我是黄.
What about I like Don Juan? Or we don't have to say Don Juan, we can just say Juan. 我喜欢Juan. Okay?
我喜欢黄. Oh, that's a good memory.
我喜欢黄 and then skip it to 你我喜欢你
我喜欢你
How about like I like you very much
我很喜欢
Yes 我很 it's not it's two characters here so it's two characters so it's two say 喜 and then say 欢 You're saying like 欢 almost 喜欢喜欢 There you go 我很喜欢你我很喜欢你 How about like do you like me
你喜欢我吗
Yes 你喜欢我吗
你喜欢我吗
Nice and let's not stop here because it's so useful how about I don't like that
我喜欢
那个 How about I don't like that person I don't like that person
我不喜欢那个人
Yes So yeah try to again I'm giving you the tools now well, I'm giving you like the things to practice as well but try to every time you see something try and like mix it up in every way possible maybe even say like can I like you like am I allowed to like you 我可以喜欢你吗
我可以喜欢你
Good because again this does not
That's good.
yeah because this does not only help you to remember the 喜欢 but it also helps ascertain or cement all the other words that you've already learned obviously yeah very good and because you're focusing on the 喜欢 all the other things become easy and so you don't so that way you're done studying all the other words you're just focusing on 喜欢 perfect okay so young brother likes to type 弟弟喜欢打字
sorry
弟弟喜欢打字
弟弟喜欢打字
Yeah
弟弟喜欢打字
Yeah This is the third tone 打弟弟喜欢打字
弟弟喜欢打字
Yeah
弟弟喜欢打字
Nice
打字
打字 Yeah
打字
字 Yeah 帅哥你好吗
帅哥你好吗
我叫妹妹打字 A lot of 打字 here
我要 Is it 妹妹我要
妹妹
打字
Yeah Now
我要
This is important I'll make an exercise from this Yeah So do you understand why I wrote this down
Yeah, I think so. It's 我要 and 我叫
Perfect And so if you're saying 我要妹妹打字 Can you tell me what this means?
Yeah, I want the sister to write.
Yeah, as opposed to I teach sister. Perfect. 我叫
Is it the same 叫 as in name or code?
No.
But with a different tone?
Actually, it's this is the first tone, but sometimes, sorry, this is the first tone, and to be called as a fourth tone, but sometimes this is a fourth tone as well. It's very confusing. So it's just the context.
Okay.
But yao is also fourth tone, so everything's annoying here.
Okay.
So yeah, no, I would just say fourth tone for everything, and then based on the context. Okay. Good. I just want to make sure that you know how to use the 什么, because in the end, like 什么 should be at the end, but then you also said that 名字 should be at the end. Do you know this sentence, no? Yes, nice. Yeah. I'm very impressed that you can read so well. Huh?
I'm not sure. Yeah, sorry. Say again.
No, I just said I'm very impressed you can read so well.
Thank you.
Yeah, no. So, 什么 should be at the end. Okay. But.
Okay.
But. If you have like a. You remember, like, I think I call it AI, which is additional information. So any details, like in this case, specifying the thing we're talking about, specifying the what, then we can put that at the very end. So in this case, like, basically just saying it's a noun.
Okay.
If we just make it like, what person, 什么人, 什么咖啡 Okay. 什么字 or like 什么名字 Do you understand how, because this is important we understand the rule. If it's a noun, it comes after the 什么 because it's like a detail for the 什么. So, just to test you on that, what person is that? Now note that in English we say what person. We're actually saying what and person. And this is what should come at the end, like 什么人. It's the exact same thing I've written here.
So would it be 那个什么人?
Yeah, but you have to say what person is. Yes. You're very smart, Tim. 那个是什么人? Okay. Then we can say, what person do you like? Yeah, we're not saying that anymore.
Let me think a bit. What person do you like? Or something like that. I suppose 什么 is at the end.
Yeah, good. But 什么 and 人 should be at the very, very end. Now, if we just say something else first, we just say you like. What do you like? How do you say what do you like?
Let me think a bit.
Actually, can I stop you? Can you instead tell me how to say do you like me? Just you like me.
你喜欢我.
Good. And now using this, can you tell me how to say what do you like?
你喜欢什么?
Yes. Does that make sense?
It does, yeah.
So
I think I was struggling with the what, but the what is the 什么.
Yeah, 什么.
Like that's the.
But I understand because what is in the beginning in English and it's almost at the end in Chinese. Okay, so you can either say 你喜欢我 or 你喜欢什么 or 你喜欢中国. Okay? But now we're skipping the other ones. Okay? Because we say 你喜欢什么 and then we just add the 人 at the end. Does that make sense? Just like we said 什么人.
Let me see the difference. 你喜欢什么? Okay, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
I'll just make this a little bit smaller. 你喜欢什么人?
You like what person?
Yeah. But start by saying 你喜欢什么? 你喜欢什么? This is the important part. Okay?
你喜欢什么?
你喜欢什么? 你喜欢什么? Okay? And
then I can use that for every.
Yes, that's the idea.
Chocolate.
I thought you were going to say coffee. Very nice. 你喜欢什么咖啡? 你喜欢什么巧克力? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And I'm very sorry for you if this is an extremely useful lesson for me, but I have an event I have to attend.
Oh, please.
We'll have to wrap it up.
Yeah, please. We've been going on longer than expected. I think...
Yeah.
So what I think is, I realised I don't want to rush through things, so maybe we should do 1.5 hours instead. Do you think you'd be okay with that? From now on?
Yeah, definitely.
Good. It's just more free time for you, for free lessons for you. Good.
Yeah.
Well, let's continue from here next time then.
Yeah, that's perfect. And
Good.
I really like the way that it's, it's not very strict, that we always have to follow the exact things in the course book to just, focus on the things I'm struggling with.
Yeah,
That's a good way for me to learn.
Glad you like it. We're trying to build the best course possible here, and hopefully this is the way. Oh, even though it's very ugly.
I think so.
Even though it's very ugly.
Yeah, and one thing, but I will write I have a document, I write the things I think about, but it's, it's not, for me at least, maybe it's because I'm not so technical, but it's kind of harsh to work in the PDF file. It's
yeah, I think so too. I will tell you. I'll write down the suggestion I had later on to you. It was like it's basically a page where you can see the explanations and then some examples, and then if you press reveal, you will get the question plus just an audio file where you can listen to it also. Yeah.
That sounds interesting.
I thought so too. Yeah. Maybe Alan can build us something. Nice, but go on to your event now. Please enjoy. It's Friday, so fucking party and offer coffee to everyone.
Yeah, it's Christmas party. I'm gonna offer coffee to everyone.
Nice.
Right.
Nice. I'll see you Sunday.
Good lesson.
Thank you. You too. Good job. Bye bye.